be so proud.
That's awesome, man.
I
Hey guys,
so.
we're live. Heidi was just saying she didn't break any Jeeps this weekend. Apparently she has 10 and drives them off the road every weekend.
Hey. Not every weekend. I just told you I made it through the weekend without driving one off the road.
Congratulations.
Well, I mean, it was off-road, but it was not off-road.
I drove my Bronco off the side of the road slightly into the pebbles, in the emergency lane. But then my auto lane correction pulled me back in the lane without using the steering wheel. That's what my Bronco did for me today.
Cool.
Okay, so real quick, we're going to talk about jobs. We're going to talk about job fair. We're going to talk about some of the best call-out excuses ever. We're going to make this a short one because it's 5:11 and I'm paying Heidi overtime to be on this Facebook Live. Going to get in trouble for this. So Heidi, let's make this real quick. What do you say?
Let's do it.
All right. So first things first, we have, it's in the description. You can RSVP. We have a job fair this Thursday at Autoliv in Ogden. You can get hired on the spot. This one's not going to be a drive-through job fair. You actually get to come into the facility and check it out. Interviews on the spot. We're going to try to do 100% of the hiring process right there for you. So when you leave, you have an actual job ready to go to start the very next day. So this is on Thursday from 2 to 6 p.m. So for some of you, they're getting off around 2 o'clock or 5 o'clock. You still have time. So run over to the job fair. RSVP ahead of time so we know you're coming. Again, the link is just right above in the description or to the side here. And let's get you starting your new career. Day shift, 16 an hour, swings and graves, $17.28 per hour. We're hiring for production and production control. If you're wondering what production control is, it's basically a stand-up forklift you get to drive with little skits behind you. You got your own delivery route to the cells. Fast paced, a lot of fun.
My favorite description was somebody who said that it's like a golf cart that was cut in half.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's good description. So definitely come on down. We'd love to have you at the event. And we're hiring on all shifts, days, swings, and graves. So check it out. Link in the description.
It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be awesome. I'll be there. We're going to go live right from Autoliv. All right. So, and then we've got a lot of other jobs. Quite a few companies are hiring in Northern Utah. I don't know if you've heard about this, Heidi, but Ogden has more jobs than there are job seekers, and they're ranked #1 in the country for metro markets under 1 million. So there's a few jobs out there.
Just a few, just a couple.
And I want to leave you with this.
The best part is that there's variety. It's not just that it's the same job that's got 500 openings. It's like a variety of many different jobs. So there's options.
You got options.
You got options.
You can literally call Elwood Staffing, tell them what you need to make, what hours you need to work on, what days, and we can, within 95% accuracy, match that for you. It's outrageous. Who does that?
Elwood Staffing.
Elwood Staffing. My team gets mad at me, though, Heidi, sometimes when I'm like, hey, design your own shift. Bye, Paula.
See you, Steven.
Have a great day. Hey, wait, your salary. Get back over here. Why aren't you doing the Facebook Live?
Money, money, money.
Okay, I'm cutting into overtime here, so let's go. We're 3 minutes in. We're going to talk about the best call-out excuses ever. I'm going to cut this down, put it on TikTok. We're going to have a lot of fun with it. It's going to go quick here. So let's find out some of the best call-off excuses. What do you say?
I've already found one, Stephen. I found one that an employee called in because they got stuck in the blood pressure machine at the grocery store and couldn't get out.
What?
Hey, those things are sneaky little buggers.
You can't find the cancel button.
There's a cancel button.
Yeah, it's a big red button that.
Can you tell I don't go to these blood check machines very often? Blood pressure checking thingies. Yeah.
Okay, so that reminds me, a daycare might have to cancel last minute, right? And whether maybe it's like a smaller daycare or just a family member. So what's a good no babysitter excuse? I think that's #1 for parents out there is when they're calling out, right? I think it's ranked #1 is no babysitter or daycare.
Yeah, that's got to be in amongst #1. Or the top 5 reasons that people call out.
And I really don't like, unless it's probably like a family member babysitting. It's like daycares don't close. Only during COVID did they close, right? So
I don't know. We've had quite a few this year where it's just like, okay, they're quarantining again. We can't get our children to daycare.
Yeah, that's true.
Or that they had staff members that called in sick and they don't have enough people to watch the kids anymore, so they have to close for the day, or they have to, refuse a couple of people.
Right. Okay, so give me your worst call out excuse that you've never experienced. Just Googled.
I found one on here. It says an employee broke his arm reaching to grab a falling sandwich. So they had to call into work because they were in the ER.
Wow,
I mean, I
terrible.
can kind of relate. I tripped in the laundry room one time and broke my leg.
Did you really?
I did. A true story. And my mother did not believe me that it was broken, but it was. I broke my leg tripping in the laundry room and I got out of school. It was great.
I had someone, I've heard of a story where someone called because they had a nightmare and they were too scared to leave their house.
I mean, at least they didn't fall and break their arm reaching for a sandwich.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. You know what? The worst excuse that I hear day in and day out that drives me crazy?
Okay, go for it.
My alarm didn't go off.
Okay, but that's a real thing, Steve.
No, it's not, Heidi. You have a cell phone. Everyone has a cell phone. You can have set like 10 different alarms for those of you who'd like to snooze every 5 minutes. Then you have an actual alarm clock you can buy for $7 at Walmart that you just set the correct time and it will go off and keep going off until you throw it against the wall. Like there's, not to mention like your circadian rhythm, like your normal sleep cycle. If you've already in a rhythm, then you're going to wake up naturally for most people, unless you stay
I woke
up
up
till
at
1
6
o'clock.
a.m. all weekend long, and I was so mad because I'm so used to waking up at 6 a.m. for work. I could not sleep in. I could not sleep in to save my life.
So that's a real thing. So unless you're switching from day shift to like night shift, okay, then, or vice versa, okay, I'm gonna give you the alarm clock thing because you probably did sleep through your alarm clock because you're just like dead to the world. You didn't fall asleep till an hour ago. Okay, hit me with another one, Heidi.
My grandmother poisoned me again.
Again?
It's like again, freaking again.
Oh,
I want to know what happened the first time to make your grandmother poison.
Yeah, someone that's probably the sweetest lady in the world to want to poison you not once but twice.
I want to know what you did.
All right. Do you get this one? This one is another common one I hear all the time, and I think it's the worst excuse ever. I forgot what day it was. So they forgot what day it was, so they weren't sure if they were going to go to work because, I don't know if it's a Wednesday or a Thursday. If it's Thursday, I don't have to go to work. So I think it's a Thursday.
I've actually done this one before, but I got up and went to work anyway and figured if I get there and I have to go home, it's better than not showing up.
Yeah. I mean, there's a thing called picking up the phone and going, hey.
Do I work today?
Or maybe do I just pick up my own phone and go, today is Wednesday. I need to go to work. I don't know. Call me crazy.
Call me crazy, but
I got a text message. Someone's watching our live, and I'm not going to read it, but they gave me a really good reason that's, inappropriate, and I'm not going to read.
So there's this one on here. It says, I can't come into work today because I accidentally got on a plane. I just want to know what was the process when you realized that you were now getting on this plane? Like, I didn't accidentally go to the airport. I didn't accidentally buy a ticket, but I accidentally got on the plane.
Makes no sense.
And if you can accomplish that, tell me your secrets, please. Because can I just tell you, if I didn't have to pay for a plane ticket anymore because I knew your wonderful secrets of how to accidentally get on a plane and for them to let you on.
I would just rather you say, I just really don't want to go to work today. I just want to relax than to say I accidentally stepped on a plane. Like, come on. Or my car won't start.
I mean, Or this one that had to attend the funeral of his wife's cousin's pet because he was an uncle and a pallbearer.
What?
Can I read that again?
Read it again.
An employee had to attend the funeral of his wife's cousin's pet because he was an uncle and the pallbearer.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know how to answer that one. I would say, like, you came up with the most creative call off excuse in the world. I'm going to give you a paid day off. Like, you need it more than I do.
You'd count it towards like bereavement or something.
Yeah.
Just because it was so creative.
But then again, if he called and said, hey, I chugged a bottle of mouthwash thinking it was Powerade and I felt sick, then I might, tell him, just don't worry about coming back to work ever again.
Was that one of the call-off reasons that you just read?
Maybe.
How about this one where an employee said she can't leave her house because someone glued her doors and windows shut?
Yeah, that's terrible. I'd hate to live
like
in
at that point, why would you be calling into work? Why not be calling like the police?
Call the fire department.
Oh, we went two different routes with that, Stephen.
Well, the police too, yeah. But you're gonna need the fire department to like break down the windows and get you out of there.
Yeah, but what are they gonna do when you had somebody just vandalize your apartment?
I like this one. This one's not bad. Employee said she was going to the beach because the doctor said she needed more vitamin D. I think that's pretty valid. That might be protected by FMLA. What do you think?
There's vitamin supplements, Stephen. I
know
that you know this because you are like a hoarder of vitamin supplements.
But vitamin D doesn't metabolize without K3. So if you only have vitamin D supplements, it's not going to work. You got to go into the sun.
So then get whatever that K3 supplement is too.
All right. Give me a couple more. I'm paying overtime here. I need some good ones.
An employee's false teeth flew out the window while they were driving down the highway.
Oh, that's sad. That's not
so
funny.
So they couldn't come into. I think that is so fun. I would just go into work and I'd have a ball with it.
You know how expensive those things are?
I'm okay. So my dad has a false tooth, and it's one of his very, very front teeth. And my daughter didn't know that he had a false tooth. So he took it out one day and she freaked out. And he had the funnest time with it. He thought it was hilarious. So he went around to all the grandkids and scared them all. That would be me. If my false teeth flew out the window, I'd be like, I'm not getting them back anyway. I might as well have fun with this. And I'd go into work and I'd have myself a ball.
Yeah, no, that's terrible though. I would, if they really did have false teeth, I would feel really bad about them coming into work, because those are cosmetic things that people, unless you don't have teeth, you can't relate. I know people that have had to get dentures, and it's hard for people. Okay, I've got one. So for you Idaho people, Heidi, Napoleon Dynamite, an employee called out because she said her llama was sick. Not because she was sick, her llama.
Do you know how expensive llamas are? No,
not a clue.
They're not to be messed with.
Yeah.
If your llama got sick, let me just tell you, that's going to cost you a lot more than just a couple paychecks.
So what's the reason you called out for, Heidi?
Ooh, a reason that I've called out for?
That you're not proud of.
Well, I don't know if it was technically a call out, but I was going to be running late because I was speeding really bad and I got pulled over. And amongst trying to, convince this police officer that I was a good driver and this was a once in a lifetime thing and that Heidi never speeds. Amongst trying to do all of this, my mother called, and my mother was the GED instructor at Stevens Henniger College and knew a lot of this parole officers' parolees. And she was on the line and he recognized her voice and got talking to her. And my mom and the police officer got into a very lengthy conversation. I got out of the ticket, but I was about an hour late for work and I had to call in and I had to explain the whole situation. I'm pretty sure my boss didn't believe me. I was like, he goes, why didn't you just take the ticket and leave? And I was like, it just. And what are you supposed to tell police officers? Sorry, sir, you can't talk with my mother. I'll give you her phone number. Let me call you back later.
All right, I have a confession, Heidi. I was traveling with the president of the company I worked for. It was a while back, not the company I work for today. And I'm speeding on these back roads, nowhere, Utah, central Utah. I'm going like 85 in a 55. But again, there's nothing. The only thing you have to worry about is cattle. And I get pulled over, and I'm, with the president of the company in my car, trying to explain why I had a reason for going 85 and a 55. And to make things worse, I had my conceal carry. And I had, that's the right thing to do when an officer pulls you over. You want to let them know, hey, officer, I have a concealed carry. And then if you're carrying or not, you let them know and where it's at. Mm-hmm. And so, my boss at the time, I think he was very anti, concealed carry. And, we were on two different political spectrums. So I get pulled over for speeding, and I'm telling the officer I have a gun. And yeah, that was one of the most embarrassing moments of my career. Luckily, to my boss's credit, he was a good sport about it. We had laughed, but wow, that was awkward. And the best part is the cop said, I think you're going to get more in because I told him this is the president of the company I work for, and he's like, I think you're going to get more in trouble at work than what I can give you. So, let this be a warning.
My dad had to call out for the rest of the day at work because during his lunch break, he was playing pickleball with the CEO of the company, and he sprained his ankle, so he couldn't work for the rest of the day because he had to rush over to the doctor's and get his foot fitted for a brace, which I think is a great excuse to not be working. I'm sorry. Yeah. I was playing pickleball earlier, and I hurt myself.
All right. Well, we are 17 minutes in. I do not want to pay any more overtime than I have to. You want to leave it with one more joke?
Yeah.
Or, call off excuse. Not a joke.
This is not a joke. This is not funny,
no,
Stephen.
No. One more.
An employee couldn't come to work because he claimed the ozone in the air flattened his tires.
Oh, my goodness. That is funny. Do you think he meant it, or that he was just like...
Yeah, I think he meant it.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Hope you enjoyed these top call-off excuses. And don't forget, we have a job fair this Thursday, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. The link is in the description. You can RSVP. Let's help you start your next career at Autoliv, and we'll see you there. I'll be there. Heidi will not, but she'll be there in spirit, right? All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.